Hello my loves, thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you're new here, as you saw in my channel name, my name is Sarah, and part-time I resell new and used clothing and a couple of random things on different platforms like Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. Sometimes I throw in a couple of other platforms, but those are my three main. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and pretty early on I realized that I needed a little bit more advanced of an inventory system to store everything. So that's actually what I am sharing with you today. It is a pretty requested video as people are getting more and more into reselling. I highly suggest you start a inventory system soon in your journey, because it doesn't matter if you have 5 items or 5,000 items. The more organized you are, I promise you, the faster you're going to be working, and the more money, the more sales you are actually going to be making. So behind me here, I have this inventory system that I have developed here. I just got some, I believe they are 18-gallon just storage tubs, and if you can see, I have several of them here. You notice the bed. I am in my guest room, so when I do have guests over, I do move these to an alternative location so they're not in the way. But when nobody's here, they're just here in my guest room. My guest room is my reselling room. So if you can see on each of these bins, they are just labeled. Nothing super fancy here. I just cut up a piece of paper, put some numbers on them, and slap some tape on it. So if you can see, yep, it's coming off. Not doing anything too advanced in terms of labeling them. Now inside, if you can see, each of them has 50 items in them. So every single time I always start the bins with just the 50 items. If I can fit even more into there, I don't go over. If I can't fit enough in there, or if it's overflowing, I just leave the bin open like this. Went ahead and took one of these down because I wanted to show you what this looks like inside. So really inside, I just have different plastic bags. They are just poly mailers. They are resealable, which I don't know. I don't typically use them for resealing. I just mail out in this. And then they have the number label on them. So if I see this dress, it is a green dress and it's number 1068, it sells. All I have to do is go to the bin that says 1051 to 1100, grab the item that says 1068 and mail it out. So it actually makes it really easy when I have this number system to ask somebody else to ship for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you where I actually store those bags and the label stickers. If you see here, I have my printer, and then I just have like a storage bin here. And within the storage bin, I have a not very pretty drawer here. Nothing fancy going on. If you see, I have an old cord. I have my measuring tape. These little quotes are actually items that I put in packages. I got like a rip-off calendar for each day of the year for Christmas last year that has all these like inspirational quotes, and I just cut off the date and I include those into packages sometimes. Not always, just really when I'm thinking about it. I have the label stickers here, and then I have some of these poly mailers, so I'll go ahead and grab these out, show you a little bit about them. I chose to show you this way because I wanted to show you reality of how I store things and how, things aren't exactly that pretty, but as long as you're organized and you know where things are, you got things going on. With these clear poly mailers, I make sure that I get the ones that have the resealable strip on them. There are cheaper ones that are available, and I've tried them and I absolutely hate them. So you can choose to get whatever you want. If you're more conscious of price and you're just starting out, maybe get the little bit cheaper ones. You also can use just gallon Ziploc bags. Again, things don't have to be fancy, they just have to be organized. So I will of course link their 10 by 13 poly mailers. I use the same size for everything. I'll link it in the description, but you don't necessarily have to go with the ones that I got, just talking through what I have. And then also I have just these rolls of stickers. They do go 0 to 2,000. They are little stickers that you can just put on the tag, just like I showed you with this one. I just stick it on the top of it as I inventory the item. Again, I will put these in the description, but you don't necessarily have to get these ones. There's no right way to do it. These just, I think, happen to be the cheapest. As I was searching for ones that are more than 1,000, there are so many different options for 0 to 1,000, but I want it to have a seamless number, and I don't think I'm gonna have more than 2,000 pieces at a time. I didn't want to have to like start over and do 1A or 1B, different things like that. Now, a couple of additional items that I want to talk about. First thing, no matter what the item is, again, it goes into my inventory system. So I have shoes, I have some playing cards, I have jewelry, I have toys, Hot Wheels. It all goes into those same 10 by 13 poly mailers and goes in with an inventory number. I do not separate by category, so the order that the items come in are the order that they get inventoried into that system and the order that they come out of the inventory system. Once a month, I go through the lowest number bin. So this month I'm actually going through bin 200 to 250 because I've already sorted out the previous bins, and I specifically think, okay, am I gonna donate items because they've been in my inventory system so long? Am I gonna completely relist, meaning take pictures and act like it's a completely new item? Or am I gonna make sure it is my own and take it for my own and just completely unlist the item? What am I gonna do with the item? I really reassess once a month, one bin in that way. I do not touch the rest of the inventory unless I have an issue of some sort because I know that I'm going to get to that bin next. So once that one bin is cleared out, I can then go ahead and refill it. So right now I am on number 1250. So at the next bin, I can do 1251 to 1300 because that inventory is not currently in a bin because I don't have space for it. If at any time I need to add another bin, I of course will, but my hope is to just keep reusing the same bins in this way so I don't necessarily have to expand beyond my guest room because I know I'm always going to be continuing to cycle through and sell different items. Now you might be wondering what happens if the items don't actually fit in the 10 by 13 poly mailers or they just are overflowing. I already talked about the overflowing bins. I just leave it open until enough sells from that bin and then I go ahead and close it up. The items that are oversized, I actually just put into my own personal closet. So I will show you what that looks like. So now we're in my personal closet here. My personal closet is in my guest room as well. And if you see these sweaters here, and there's a pair of men's jeans back there that don't necessarily fit into those 10 by 13 poly mailers, and I just stick them up there. In my inventory management within Poshmark, I just write oversized and then I know it's at the top of my closet there. So that's pretty much how I manage my inventory in a physical sense. If you have any further questions, if there's anything that you want me to expand on, if you have any suggestions of how to make it more of a seamless transition or a seamless process, I would be happy to hear those suggestions and continue to learn and grow together.